I have arthritis in my knees. I'm also a yoga teacher, and I swing kettlebells on the weekend. So when someone asks me if yoga is safe for pain, I'm not answering that as someone who read about it. I'm answering it as someone who figures it out every single day. How do I move my body? That doesn't always want to cooperate. Yes, yoga can be safe if you have knee, back, or hip pain. But some yoga will absolutely make it worse. And the difference has almost nothing to do with the poses. I promise you, it has everything to do with the teacher. I know. And as a teacher, it feels weird to say that. But let's start with what I don't know if nobody really wants to say this out loud, but a lot of yoga classes are not designed for bodies in pain. They're designed for bodies that are already pretty functional, pretty flexible, and even bodies that are pretty comfortable ignoring signals of discomfort. So the instruction is built around a full expression of a pose. So the deepest, most flexible version, and then modifications are mentioned as an afterthought, if at all. You'll go to class and they'll say, bend your knees if you need to. I'm just going to say that's not really teaching. That's more like a disclaimer. So if you walk into that class with a bad knee or a cranky back and you're trying to figure out what your body can actually do safely, you're on your own. What that means is you're either pushing through and you're going to get hurt, or you feel so lost that you leave thinking yoga isn't for you. Neither of those is your fault. I'm going to say that till the cows come home. That's just bad teaching. That's just bad teaching. The thing that changed how I teach and what we're not talking about enough is pain is usually your nervous system telling you it doesn't feel safe. Not always. Sometimes pain is structural and you need a doctor, not a yoga class. But a lot of chronic pain, the kind that lives in your hips, your lower back, your knees, is your body gripping and holding on. Your body is bracing against something, even when the threat is long gone. And when you walk into a yoga class that's performance based, where the goal is to achieve a shape, push deeper, go further, your nervous system, it doesn't relax. It grips harder because now it has something new to brace against. And that's why just breathe through it is terrible advice for someone in pain. Your body isn't being dramatic. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's protecting you. The yoga that actually helps is yoga that starts with safety, not with achievement. So, what does that look like practically, right? For knees, gentle range of motion, supported poses, props under the knee like a blanket, chair assisted options. What you want to skip? Anything that asks you to sit deep into a bend without support. Your knee is not being difficult. It's talking to you. We listen to it. For back pain, and you can see I'm scrolling through my mind right now. For back pain, slow spinal movement, breath-led releases, right? So you stay with the breath, you exhale and release, gentle twists that aren't being forced. What you will skip, forward folds, anything that rounds the lower back under a load. Most back pain is the body holding tension it doesn't know how to put down. So if you're doing a forward fold and there's nothing for you to hold on to as you're going down to kind of take some of the weight off, don't do it. Your body's not going to feel safe. And so stretching harder isn't the point. For your hips, supported openers, slow movement, time. And what you want to skip is forcing. Always skip forcing, pushing through. If it's tight, we're not going to force through, because if your teacher tells you to breathe into it, come on. Hips carry everything. Stress, tension, old stuff your body never processed. You're not going to release that by prying it open. You got to give it a reason to let go. And that's not through fighting. And I need you to actually hear this one. You are allowed to not do a pose. You're allowed to. You're allowed to not modify it. You're allowed to not do the best version. Just don't do it. Come on out, lay on your back, sit, breathe. That is completely legitimate. That is your choice in any and every yoga class, and a good teacher will never make you feel otherwise. They will not single you out. They will keep it rolling. They might give you a thumbs up, give you a little wink. If you're in a class where the teacher is pushing you past what feels safe, where rest feels like weakness, where modifications feel like failure, where you're keeping up with the class instead of listening to your body, that's not the class for you. It doesn't matter how convenient the schedule is or how close it is to your house, because, you know, I like to pick stuff close to my house, convenient. That's what we all do. But that class is not serving you. You deserve a teacher who assumes your pain is real, who builds modifications in from the start, not as a backup plan, who treats rest as part of the practice, who asks your body what it needs instead of telling it what to do, right? And then who teaches you how to do that for yourself. That's what we do at 2C Yoga in Nampa. Every class, every pose, every day, including the days my knees are telling me to back off, right? If you're local to Nampa, Boise, Caldwell, Meridian, everywhere in Canyon County, come try us. If you've never been, we always offer 3 weeks of unlimited yoga. We have an introductory price, new student link somewhere in the description. If you're not local, but you want to start at home, we have yoga that fits your body. It teaches you 28 foundational poses with modifications built in for pain, limited mobility, bigger bodies, not as an afterthought, as the whole point, right? And again, the link is below. And as always, remember, your body's not broken. It's just waiting for the teacher who gets it.